You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
As Liberty Online TV, the 1 year inside this November, we dey celebrate this anniversary with different activity them. And one of them, na hike with Liberty, we get for be Saturday, November 16. Usa we go waka go na the Mambo waterfall. The Liberty Online TV team go then na Mambo Junction, they wait for una 7 o'clock na morning. For join we, na 300 leons no more you go give, and you go get the Liberty polo and water, and you go get all the enjoyment we get for being at the waterfall. If you want for join we, you go come now with 33 Battle Street office as the polo then already now, or call na this number 074 200 545 for place you order. Now Liberty Online TV, all voices count.
Liberty Online TV, the 1 year this November, and you know what in that mean.
And throughout the month of November, na celebration period. And as you know, na time we for coming and support Liberty Online TV for continue for doing work.
And the way how we go support Liberty Online TV for continue for the online, now for send we you support.
Now for send we you support through the orange money number where you see on the screen and the other bank details them as way for make we continue for do we work. This na Liberty Online TV 1 year celebration. Na Liberty Online TV, all voices count.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV with a stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also now a website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We where they bring the program come to this Thursday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Today is Thursday, the 7th day of November 2024. And inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, we can look at the Child Rights Bill waiting now in Parliament. Also, we will talk about how this bill has to go benefit speaking them na salon. And also, we will discuss the position of the Sowe Council. We get strong position for sake of this particular bill. Waiting at them position and how they're ready for talk with other body them where they push for let Parliament pass this bill. We go discuss them inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
And also, plus, the Sierra Leone Teachers Union don't give 21 days ultimatum to government for looking inside some requests them where they be make we get for do with the balance subsidies where they say governments not pay for third term for the 2023-2024 academic year. Then give 21 days and then say if government not pay this money and do other things they will then put inside the press release, then go withhold, then service them. Well, all this you go know inside the program this morning. Members say you say for the watch we go get the opportunity for the part of the conversation by way how you for send we your comment, your thought on the topic they will can look at this morning through the comment section at any of the platform there where you watch we. Members say Liberty Online Television, we anniversary project will be launched, still they go on, and we kindly they ask una for continue for send we on a donation them to the orange money number where they see. And if you didn't at the diaspora, you don't follow Liberty Online TV, you like the work they do and you want for support we for sustain this particular platform, where they kindly ask say you send your donation through any of the international money transfer them to Mabel Kaba, or if you didn't a salon you want for support we with anything, be it monetary or any office equipment, you can stop by now with 33 Battle Street and drop and they will kindly appreciate any little amount or support we wanna get for support Liberty Online Television, so that we'll continue for do work we don't they do for the past 1 year. We don't be free, fearless and inclusive. We don't they look at different topics they will get for do good governance, security, democracy and all other topic them. One continue for do work, one continue for be free journalists them, one continue for bring to all the sides of the story. But una say for support we as Liberty Online TV. Now all voices count, and the people of Sierra Leone now they own this particular media platform, or they use the digital space for bring canton information. Don't forget November 16th, or they do the first activity for mark we 1 year anniversary when I hike with Liberty, where they start na the Mambo Junction and hike go up the Mambo waterfalls. Also, we they get good time, interact with people who don't deal with we for the past 1 year. And on the 29th of November, we get with grand fundraising dinner and dance, where we go hold at the View Hotel and restaurants. The tickets and they out now. If you're interested, reach out to anyone per week through social media, handle them, or you can come now 33 Battle Street and get your ticket, and they're part of this celebration. Throughout the month of November, they bring out on a various activity there for Mark 1 year anniversary. We they continue with the breakfast show where they come to you live. But don't forget for send we you donation. Now the orange money number them where they see.
All right, we will continue with the program, and at the studio this morning, I want to welcome one of our studio guests, when our boy Jenny Jallo, and the chairperson for the Child Rights Coalition, there this morning. But we can talk about the Child Rights Bill. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
All right, so they come back to you shortly. Let me just start for look at one of we key story them inside this edition of the breakfast show. As we tell you now, we can hear it from the Sierra Leone Teachers Union (SLTU). As we see on the 4th of November, they may write a letter to the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. Also, they issue 21 days strike action notice to the ministry for the government go look inside concern them where the teachers them get. Well, for we can know about this, we they go on the virtual link. Also, we they join the Acting Secretary General for the Sierra Leone Teachers Union, we na Reverend James Lahai. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning, Mabel, and thank you for hosting me.
So we just don't tell the viewers that we see on the 4th of November when I be write a letter of strike action notice we wanna send to the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education for saying that they give 21 days ultimatum to government for looking like concern them we wanna get. So we just know waiting prompt this particular strike action, because if I can remember about almost 1 month ago we've been getting at the studio, so we be talk about issues we get for do with the teachers them again. Now waiting prompt this particular strike notice.
Now, the school system not able function without money. And we don't try for draw government through the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education the attention to the fact that the school system will crumble because the money where they for take for run the schools not for coming. We don't host several engagements with the line ministries and personalities where na they suppose for action the payment of school fees subsidies. School fees subsidies na wetin dem dey call school fees wey trade na the parents dem dey pay. But now government will take education as a flagship program. We say it they take off that burden from the parents and it go they pay the school fees now on behalf of the parents. But as I dey talk to you, the school fees where government they call now school fees subsidy for third term 2023-2024 academic year, we don't pass. And this first term of 2024-2025 academic year, they're not able to pay that money they eat. We don't buy you, we don't do everything possible for let them know say that they disturb the education process through the schools. But since they're not able for hearing, we try now for come to the public back and raise public awareness. We feel say wait and see we go to the public, that will bring them for act on the payment of their money they are to the schools. Then they say fail. So we decide for get a meeting with heads of schools across the country so that in all 17 districts of this country, we make sure say we hold a general head teachers meeting. Wusai the consensus been dey. Now all these streets for say this time around we no go continue for operate this way, where it sound like schools that they go on, but in actual fact, school they go on in Hamburg. So let we draw government attention to the fact for say if they not support by paying the school fees subsidies, then let's stop for the pretend. Let school not dey. Because if money not there for run the schools, then there's no need for continue for run for pretend that schools are running. That magic wey heads of schools they don't be dey perform for run schools without money. It sound like the power where they for that magic done. I mean, every effort don't fail. So now let we come to the reality. If there's no money, there's no school. So now make we don issue out this strike notice in line with the Industrial Relations and Wages Act of 1971, where give the authority and legal backing say if the satisfaction dey between the employers and the employees, and the employees don't try for resolve am by every means wey e no work, then they go issue a strike notice for say they go withhold their services. Then they give the 21 days notice, when are almost 1 month, for let the institution or ministry concerned able pay attention to the issues, address them before the 21 days they elapse. Because if they're really serious and mean good for quality public education, they go not act before the 21 days elapse. And so we dey watch them.
How realistic then una concern here be, taking into consideration, una put 7 points them in the strike notice where una send to the minister. One of the points them now you just don't make so we get for do with the outstanding debt where government owe for pay the school fees subsidy. And inside this una particular notice, una again the request for an increase of this subsidy where already the one when at the small money government's not able for pay am yet, and una they ask inside this notice for an increase. How realistic it be?
Maybe for determining the justification of all the 7 points the way we put across, it left to the public for determining and say the points them fight. The first one, I tell you what. The second one, now for let government commits itself for say before every school term they start, therefore don't pay the school fees subsidy. For let the heads of schools able for manage the schools them well. The third one, now you mention, but increments. Tell me, maybe, how you go pay school fees for Pikin? 10 leon per term per Pikin. And then you dey wonder why education they go down the drain. 10 leon where are they buy granates? Why I go tinap before the post where they say the granite and say I want. And they say this cup na 5 leon, this other cup na 10 leon. Now down there, na end of the day per child. How realistic is that for the running of the schools? So that day now with 3rd point. And then also in the payment of their school fees subsidies, yeah, anytime where government they pay, they go left out some schools. Schools where, for example, get 1,200 pupils, then go pay like a 700, they left out that day. So we say, therefore, rectify all the anomalies where they in the payment of their school fees subsidies there. Yeah, so equally, when you go to the schools, you require the teaching and learning materials for make the teacher for be effective in the delivery of quality education at the schools. Now 2 years it don't take so now where government not supply teaching and learning materials at schools. So you go know the kind pressure where they are with teachers for make sure say hide government in weakness, because they allowed the success of the free quality education all over the world. Any side where they go, now the success of the free quality education now boast of. And you see, say, then thing the way they make let this year happen, it's not forthcoming from them. So we for stop the pretense. Let government ensure say they supply teaching and learning materials at schools.
Again, not for today
Also,
una begin
we get
Reverend
the
Lahai.
technical and vocational institution.
Reverend Lahai, not for today una begin raise them concern
Uh,
there, and not for today
yes, I
una
dey
begin
listen to
issue
you,
out
Mabel.
notice. Not for today una begin raise all them concern here una they talk about, and not for now una begin issue out notice of strike. For a government wey say them prioritize free quality education, and una the pioneer them for this free quality education, una get all them concern there. How realistic is this free quality education?
The free quality education is a very good initiative. And government in commitment for relieve the parents of paying school fees is a laudable something. But our issue is they are not making the payments. And when they know they make the payments, they make the schools they're not able for run well. And that's the mean say now hypocrisy. You they say we get free quality education, but actually now the heads of schools and the teachers now then they make every effort for let it appear like actually schools that they go on and there is success of this program. But then that's actually not the case. And we cannot continue this way. You see, you talk about strike notice. From when the SLPP government come, now only one time where we ever issue a strike notice. And this now the second time. And before we issue strike notice, we go to exhaust every avenue. In fact, what is so disheartening for let you know say them people are not really serious about free quality education. Even when they write letters to the Ministry of Education about these issues, they not they even acknowledge the letters so they write. And anytime we go and engage them, now just lip service. For example, when we find a letter to the ministry in July, then tell we say they don't prepare all the documents and don't submit it to the Ministry of Finance. And the Ministry of Finance say they don't prepare all the checks, they don't pay them to Bank of Saloon. But from that time they no payment. Third time don't come and done. First time not done in the done so. And when we tell them, say, we dey get meeting with heads of schools across the country, let you see, say, what the people here they do, it calculated and it deliberate. As the hearing will send out that memo for call heads of teachers to a general meeting. Now they come out with a press release, quick one, for say they don't begin pay third term school fees subsidy. It turned out for me a lie. They don't pay a single school yet. Even as I am speaking, no school not receive school fee subsidy yet.
Reverend Lahai, somebody go to wonder why a whole government will prioritize free quality education go issue out a public document in a way of a press release that you say na lie and they lie pa una the teachers them.
Because they say they don't begin pay. And in all the meetings where we hold, I don't tell you say we hold meeting at all the streets of heads of schools. One grade school not talk say it don't receive the money. And even after that, unto this point, no school not receive the money. So not true. Let the public judge. This now document where they send out to the public. They say that they don't begin make the payments. Either they don't pay. Let them tell the public. Either they don't pay. So this tells you that
Experience.
what they are doing is deliberate.
With
And
this experience.
we know say that the issue that wait for me, maybe we know say the issue that press release for let they before make let the head teachers not go to the meetings. But they don't even know how the heads of schools don't they suffer for run the schools and how desperate they don't become. Now we don't they soften them. Now we don't they tell them let them hold on. That we go able to make let government address the issues they are. But since we say don't exhaust every effort, we feel say we for can headlong now for let government own up to the commitments.
Hi, among the 7 points them wanna issue out now the statement of strike where they out to the public now. What in a deal breaker for now among them 7 points then they?
Now the 7 points now the deal breaker. But they therefore they come in series. Therefore, immediately pay the outstanding school fees subsidies of third term last academic year and the first term of this academic year. That is the first. And then the second, now the commitment for let them make sure say for before any school term they start, therefore don't pay. And that commitment for let we able make sure say they own up to them. Even if we get for call off the strike, we not the call her off. We just dey suspend them. So that if they fail in their commitment, we not go need for write a 21 days notice again. We go just lift the suspension. This time around, we go for support government for let them actually support free quality education because they're a priority project. So we go just suspend. And if they say they go pay before school term they begin, and school term begin they not pay, we go just lift the suspension. Then they will not dey notice nobody again. And then the issue of that amount wey dem dey pay, Mabel. The issue of that amount, Khadija. How you go pay 10 leon per pupil for school fees for one whole term? And what's the result? You go see say even in public exams, while private schools are performing extremely well, the public schools are grappling with doing well. Who side they do well? Then they say then trumpet up. When they begin they go to the universities and the universities set their own exams. Over 60% they fail. Some picking themselves, they know they appear self again. Because they know say their grade they already get soon at them public exams, not what they get some. Because the education is not going on. The thing way for able make them deliver the education is not forthcoming.
Una repeatedly don dey strike anytime wey una think say una want something from government. So far with all the interaction wey una don dey get, the meetings them and all, they don dey take una issues serious.
Maybe they don't say we know the strike. You know, strike nothing that day where we take over from Fatoma them. Nine be the instrumental we get with the APC government, with the NPRC government. The strike will be very, very frequent. But we say we don't dey mature, we don't dey go through a lot of trainings in negotiations, in collaboration, in issues of engagement. So we are not trained. We can even feel say we are now professionals in our own right. So we know the issue strike notice so no more now. So you go realize from that time they try, hey, where will the strike? Like where this SLPP government council, these are the second time we issue strike notice. The first time we issue the strike notice, now after where we don't go through negotiations for terms and conditions of service for teachers, where a legitimate body day, when I do that day, we get equal representation on the side of employers and side of employees. And the law say anything where they agree on, it don't need for go no other side again if will be implementable. After they don't make their negotiation, they don't agree, then they want go back on their word. That was when we issued the 21 days notice strike. And after we issued that day, they act on some of their issues they did. So this one self now the second one. You know, and this not a threat. I want to let the public know say this not a threat. And I dey appeal to the parents, let them not take them hard on heads of schools and teachers. We are doing this against our own will. It's not a pleasure for we. School time, schools are not going on. But we not go continue for poison the picking them because we no want call government to order. I mean, this issue of money no dey, money no dey. How people even know say money no dey? When you want they tell me say money no dey, their lifestyle they show say money dey in abundance. You cannot convince me. Let we draw the yes. Let them reprioritize. Let them know say this night that we don't tell the public and even the international community say a priority. Let we see them own up to their priorities.
Thanks for you talk to me this morning. We go come back to you maybe the day where the 21 days notice go elapse if we not get any negotiation with government and see if the strike action owner don't say it go really hold. Thank you for what you talk to me, Reverend James Lahai.
Before that day they come, Khadija, we suspect go get for the cattle now. Why should they manage the strike action? Before why should the progress where they happen? We suspect get for the cattle now. Let una know say now this dey be so that the public they know what's they happy. So that day when you say una go cancel we, it will now be a no go and a no turning back. Thank you very much.
Thanks. All right. Well, that's now Reverend James Lahai, the acting Secretary General for the Sierra Leone Teachers Union. Well, inside this week, they been pull a notice of strike action for inform government through the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. Say then they go on a strike action. Women say then they down them tools them because then get 7 points them where they outline inside this them press release. One gets for do with the third term subsidies where they say for 2023 and 2024 academic year we done. Up to now, government not give the subsidies where they're supposed for give them. And self the one that government review the 10 leons per year where then they pay for picking because they say inflation day and the conditions of service for teachers them not good. Well, that's now the acting Secretary General, but they reaffirm their commitment. Say if after the 21 days they not hear anything from government, then go strike. We continue with the breakfast show, and as we tell Una earlier today, we get advocates them, we get concerned about the child rights bill, where they now be full member of parliament them. And we can talk to boy Janet Jallo, where now the chairperson for the Child Rights Coalition, and self we go hear from Dr. Fombaisia Yoko Amadou, when are the spokesperson for the Sowe Council, where also they represent the Sierra Leone women are free to choose, then get a reservation about a particular clause where they say they inside this bill where they not agree for. And if we don't follow the controversy behind this bill, Parliament may ask say all stakeholders them for sending them position paper them before them begin debate this bill. Well, today we can look at all the sides there so to this particular controversy we surround this bill.
All right, but before we can look at Tamla, we just quickly gonna court. So we're gonna the magistrate court number 1. Before magistrate Sakekura, we don't send one Mohammed Sise gonna the male correctional center because police allege say in a Tyler and Ibn thief property of the Sierra Leone dealing water company we cost about 50,000 millions. Well, following no more about this, let we join my
24 years old Mohammed Sise na Tyler don't make another appearance before Magistrate Sakekura na the Freetown Magistrate Court number 1 for where police alert say e been thief property them wey cost over 50,000 millions. The accused Mohammed Sise they tinap before the court on 2 counts charge them wey get for do with office breaking and larceny contrary to section 26(1) of the Larceny Act of 1916. According to the particulars of offense na that, Saturday, September 21 at the Sierra Leone Drilling and Water Company, na Moritong at the Western Partner Freetown. The accused been by willful one broke go inside the office of the Sierra Leone Drilling Water Company and thief plenty property them wey cost but 50,000 millions. Now, Inspector Kadit Taylor, they prosecute this case na court and he be called the first witness on this case for testify about waiting in know about this case. And the witness being identifying himself as Kemo Bayo and he say in a geophysician. Inside in testimony he say you know to workman at the Drilling Water Company, but say now then they dig water well and supply them water. E continue say on the 21st September this year, e bin dey na im house wey e receive phone call from dem office assistants wey give am information wey make e bin run go na dem office. E say wey e go na the office, e notice say the main gate to the office bin broke and some office door themselves be broke and open. E notice say plenty property dem na the office don lost, and that bin make e go report na the Congo Coast police station. E say after some weeks, e get call from the same assistant wey inform am about the same thief. Wey e hear this information, e run go na the office and e meet the accused kidnap na the compound. People dem hold am and e bin get 2 fan dem na im hand. Magistrate Sakekura no bin give bail to the accused and e bin send am go na the male correctional center and be adjourn this case to November 11 this year. For Liberty Online TV, me na Mariatu Sheriff.
Welcome back. You still watch the Liberty Breakfast Show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. Well, earlier will be introduced one Power Studio guest them, winner boy Jenna Jallo, and the chairperson for the Child Rights Coalition. And then between the studio this morning, they can talk about the Child Rights Act bill, the Child Rights bill where they now before Member of Parliament them. For let them go look inside and debate and waiting at some of the benefits then where they inside it for salon picking them. All you gonna know at the program this morning. Good morning, Madam Jallo, and welcome again to the Breakfast Show.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Yes.
And also on the virtual link, we get Dr. Fumbai Siayoko Amadou, the spokesperson for the National Sowe Council. Good morning, Dr. Amadou, and welcome to the Breakfast Show again.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
We'll join you shortly, but let's start with Madam Jenny, who gets in the studio, the chairperson for the Child Rights Coalition Sierra Leone, with a network of advocates them where they talk for picking their rights. This particular bill within our parliament now one way for many years. We don't they advocate for ensure say salon picking them be protected, then get all the rights them as picking them. The bill they don't go table on a parliament, but from where they table on a parliament, we don't hear different issues and don't they come within una as advocates them. The last time will be interview Dr. Fumbai Naya, then you association when Sierra Leone women are free to choose, then get a reservation about a particular clause we get for do with the Undo, where they say they not agree with. Firstly, as people although they advocate over the years for the protection of picking them, how do I feel for reach to this point now where the bill in a parliament?
Thank you very much, Khadija. The Child Rights Coalition is really glad at this time because since they first passed the Child Rights Act in 2007, the coalition through in work over the years, they realized some gaps then still been there, provisions have been there in the act where government and all other stakeholders, they're not able to fully implement them. And we also realize some of the weaknesses then there where they make, even though the rights say Peking get rights to XYZ, the government not able for meet them provisions and the structures and where they inform not able for support the picking them for me they enjoy their rights then they. And so we assess the act and then we don't work with government over the years. And you know how the road don't come to 2022 where we're not able for pass the 2022 Child Rights Bill. Well, this time we don't also work with government over the last 1 year. For me, we reach where we reach. So if you ask me how we feel, we the Child Rights Coalition and civil society organizations, we're glad to say we don't reach here, and we're glad because this bill it more progressive past the other bill and it address gaps them where not been there we been there at the 2007 and it get plenty in them. So when we talk about the bill, this bill na the place for go where you want for check Usai picking rights day, where you want for check the thing all the way they protect picking from all forms of harm, where you they check waiting day now the law for protect picking them where we go say where they're vulnerable, they get special needs, and they need special attention, particularly from government. And this is not the bill where don't give responsibility to the local councils them in a way where the service delivery go be resident in the communities. This is not the bill where different from 2007, where also spell out the picking their responsibilities them. Until you know plenty term when they talk about the rights of picking them, people can say, oh, now the rights they don't know, now they talk about the responsibilities. This bill also addresses them, and it also states the responsibility of state institutions, particularly the National Commission for Children. And so this bill, now the bill will get everything we get for do with picking their rights and where they protect them. I also want to mention, say this bill, now the bill where don't bring both the 2007 provisions them and waiting we can call Cap 44, the Children and Young People's Act, where they deal with juvenile justice. Picking where they come, where they ambog, where police go cage, people then go later and complain. This 2024 bill, it don't bring all the issues then around child justice. So this bill, now the bill this way, every Komora, every parent, every adult in Sierra Leone, for really glad about. Unfortunately, the only thing we they talk about this bill, but now the one we get for do with banning child female genital mutilation. Unfortunately, we the coalition, we're not glad you say all the things that all the work we don't work for more promote the rights of picking them. Nobody know they talk about how then all the other provisions there they support picking them for grow in a safe, child-friendly, secure environment where they make sure say then book learning business go before in ways then where as adults where then don't reach adulthood at 18. Then they're able for begin for contribute meaningfully. In fact, the bill where they talk about the responsibility of the picking them, they talk say the picking them based on their age and their ability. And in English they say evolving ability. Say we begin 03, not go tell and say sweep here. But we all 8-10, you go tell and say sweep here. You know, so as they grow older, they get responsibility where he himself gets to in family, he gets and to the nation. And so when they talk about the most controversial aspects of the bill now in banning child FGM, this bill now bill for picking them, not a bill for woman, not picking. And this bill, now the bill where they tell we all say everybody, every citizen say picking. He get your own responsibilities, he get right, but he not get right to consent once in a picking.
You already don't make mention of the controversy we come out since this whole issue of the bill come up. We make one big question where people only ask regarding this part where they don't reach on the bill, where people they concern on how coordination sound like in terms of involving everybody for no waiting for the inside the bill and waiting on for the deal. How you go describe coordination and all of this?
I think say the coordination don't go well.
Over the years, because the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs, now government place, and everybody get right for good day, including civil society, including all citizens. In fact, when you can go there, you can see say they're full of parents them way, you know, they get issues then with them picking them, families, even around maintenance. But they get for do with picking them welfare. And so when government they open up conversations around the bill, waiting for the day, then they invite many organizations. So as far as we know, a lot of coordination. The coordination has been great, and consultations there we don't all over the years for the last 3-4 years. Till we reached the 2022 bill, till we reached to the 2024 bill. So I see coordination, even when it comes to the legislative, to parliament, they don't always open up. Even last year, then they open up the conversation. Then they get sessions and then they invite the public. And this time we also see how the legislative committee don't put notice out, say, man, all man send a position paper. And with the system where we can go there and pre-legislative meeting there, different people then they go, if we, they know they ask you, who say you come out and who that you can represent. Just enter your seat, and if you have a way for pass you contribution, and something if you don't send them formally to the legislative committee, then they give you the floor for speak.
I don't know if you don't see a press notice where organization we call themselves Sierra Leonean Women Are Free to Choose, who side and state their position about this particular clause where they talk about banning FGM and the particular bill. They state their position. I don't know if you don't see that particular press statement.
I don't see it.
Wait till you make up of the position.
In the first place, Khadija, this bill is about children. It's not about women. And the bill, and all man will say, Pikin no get right for choose. So me, I know they talk about women, when they talk about Pikin. And so once they not give consent to Pikin, and we all know how recently this year, Parliament also passed the anti-child marriage bill, where now it don't turn into law, where they say they provide, say, nobody, and even Pikin, because first term, they say Pikin on 16, issues around consent. But now, with the passing of the prohibition of the child marriage, nobody, now they say, oh, the Pikin don't agree. So we they talk about Pikin in the first place, and so we know they talk about women free to choose. When person done 18 years, they don't turn woman. This bill, they talk about whether or not 18 yet. So I not think say not a point say for me we begin hold that discussion. And this bill, it not they tap FGC, it not they tap Bondo. It they say when I give the Pikin them the right way they get not for choose. Pikin not get right for choose. After it don't turn 18, it don't turn woman. Voila.
All right.
So quickly, before we can go to Dr. Amadou on the virtual link, as an advocate where they talk about speaking their rights, we also get traditions and practices them, Sierra Leone way, Sierra Leonean cultures them. How on advocacy, for example, ensure say this bill where we look at where you distress say now for picking them, not forget that aspect of tradition and culture.
You know, this bill is all encompassing. Section 12 says a child shall be brought up and educated to take pride in his culture and national identity. We recognize that as advocates, just like our government recognize that. And we know, me and you know, that in Sierra Leone, when we talk about Bono, and we talk about rites of passage. Rites of passage, now for who they transition from being a child to an adult. And the law say 18 years. And so if you get rites of passage, then they cover picking away 2 year, 5 year, 3 year. Then they wonder how this they contribute to the thing them way the Pikin for take pride. In fact, you're not even able for participate as how it's supposed for participate, way in a way they take pride in them. Because the practice now, it don't turn all that thing. And but they're not for Pikin, not for woman. Because now the passage that one day we Pikin the traditional thing the way they make Pikin they come on. Formerly girl picking from being a child to a woman now, where it will begin perform in roles them as adults female in the community and families.
I love bringing in Dr. Fombai, we get a contrary view to that particular clause there, we just talk about. Good morning again, Doc. You don't listen to your colleague advocates who know all the advocates for picking them, and in belief say that particular clause there where una get concerned about not for picking, not for woman day, and this bill not for picking the day.
Okay. First of all, good morning, and thank you for bringing me on the show. I also want to thank Madam Boy Jene Jallo. With it don't present about the child rights bill. For the most part, we agree completely. Ms. Efna, a child rights advocate. not to just a spokesperson for the Sowe Council, but also we organization Sierra Leone Women Are Free to Choose. They encompass picking them and parental rights. One of our main concerns na gender equality, right? So not to even the issue of culture or religion, where most people they talk about where it come to circumcision, because that is important, but the main aspect is equality, gender equality. With Constitution na Sierra Leone, they guarantee equality for all men. There is no discrimination based on gender, as well as other characteristics. But for this particular instance, where they talk about gender, also human rights conventions guarantee equality and non-discrimination based on gender. We also get within what they call an equal protection clause. So if the argument is that consent's no day, this bill, section 25 in particular, where they mention female genital cutting, of course we get an issue with even terminology. We they argue, say, even the terminology female genital cutting, female genital mutilation, now an import. It was invented outside by Western feminists. We don't believe in that. There is a specific connotation of the word mutilation. We mean disfigurement. We mean you don't pull something and it's completely non-functional. I don't defend for decades for try for separate we self and what would they do inside Bondo from this stigmatization of FGM, we're not an Western feminist concern, not we own concern na Sierra Leone and within Bondo. But back to the point, this is supposed to be a child rights bill. If the issue is about consent, then I believe, say, boys and as well, then are picking, and they are children, they not give consent. We not see anything inside the bill about male genital cutting. And we don't want to hear any excuse, say, oh, well, the culture, we accept it, or religion, we accept it, because we have our counter arguments. It's because male circumcision is accepted outside, is a Jewish tradition, is accepted outside by the people that when they push for end we own practice, then they practice male genital cutting. We get almost the same risks, the same hazards. You get more boy picking than they die, or greater morbidity with male circumcision inside Sierra Leone than even with female circumcision. So for me, it's a simple thing. Section 25 is unconstitutional, and it is against fundamental human rights in these human rights conventions, the Convention of the Rights of the Child. We say not about them, but even on the Convention on the Elimination of All Discrimination Against Women, not get any mention of FGM or FGC. So it is against our constitution. If you say we get for focus on consent, Pekin get for in consent for a bodily procedure, it get for apply to both male and female. Otherwise, you they stigmatize, we gal picking them. You they also the impression or the instruction we would gigal picking them is then they not get the same rights to culture and to gender identity, because Bondo is about your gender identity. They not get the same rights as boys picking them, right? For enjoy this aspect of their culture, and as Madame Jallo quotes section 12, to enjoy culture and take pride in culture and take pride in identity. This section is just a way for the anti-FGM activists. We get an agenda, a specific agenda. This is not just an avenue for men and accomplish the broader agenda we're now for quote unquote end FGM before 2030. Already a ridiculous goal or strategy that is impossible to achieve according to their own reports. Even the UNICEF report will tell you that is completely off base. But so the matter for we is very simple. We are about equality, true equality, and equal protection of both boys and girls. We believe in we culture. right? But this is not about just how we believe in we culture. We believe in the equality of girls and women and parental rights. Madam Jallo said this bill not about woman not about speaking them, but we're not combraden. We are mothers, and we have the same parental rights as other adults with regard to what we believe say they in the best interest of we picking them, right? If parents have the parental autonomy or the parental rights for make that decision they for boy picking them, you cannot deny them the same right to make that decision they for girl picking them. And we are not under any obligation. Sierra Leone is a sovereign country. We're not under any obligation outside for make we introduce a law or an idea where they against we own cultural values and we own gender how we construct gender inside we own country. So this idea about Maputo Protocol or this or that, we reject it completely. Sierra Leone is a sovereign country. And then also you did touch on other aspects. There's legal pluralism inside Sierra Leone. It's not just the national law. You have customary laws. For we Kono, Mende, what have you, we also have our traditions that have the same force of law in our own, where we are from. So we not accept any law for be enacted where they go against we own ancestral law and we own ancestral tradition. We paramount chiefdom, Lendina Parliament, they are also the custodians not just of the land, but these ancestral laws. So I just want to add another issue about Bondo, na for woman or we don't reach a certain age. Definitely within some of we cultures or we ethnic groups, particularly Mende, even to we in the past Kono, not so much. Most Timini ethnic groups, the age is a little bit younger. The age varies, right? For initiation for both boys and girls. It just so happens that now, because of modernization and Islamization, circumcision for boys, they happen almost immediately after birth and inside hospital. And that's another issue. We deny the rights of the girl child to the same health standards as boys when it comes to circumcision. But we get different ages. And then not to all men where they practice or believe in female circumcision, and there are different types, where they join picking them nabondo. You have some very conservative Muslims, among Mandingos or Fulas, that may not, believe in the Bondo culture, but they believe in female circumcision as parallel to male circumcision as Islamic expression. Then they perform a very, very minor, almost symbolic female circumcision during either infancy or childhood. So why we for deny the right of them people in Yam, we through their religious beliefs and practice, they practice female circumcision at a much younger age. My concern here now equality, and we definitely did challenge this. There is no way we accept a law where they discriminate against we girl picking them and where they discriminate against we woman them as combraden. That is unacceptable to us. We self don't sensitize, we don't mobilize, we woman them, we don't sensitize, we paramount chief them, and that this bill now a way for make the anti-FGM activists, and of course, we argue say there's a financial, economic component to this. It's a way for anti-FGM activists for sliding an FGM ban with the news. They don't go outside, they don't know outside for thought again. They want to slide them now inside the child rights bill, and we not agree for that. Another thing is marriage act. The child marriage act. Just the child marriage act as well. That's we see say the first thing come. I champion this child marriage act, mostly on behalf of the girl child. Now in champion a onam, a really, day on top, a day before this Child Marriage Act. We not see introduce anything about so-called FGC or FGM inside this Child Marriage Act, where in we culture, female circumcision has a lot to do with the identity of a girl or woman as a wife. Just like male circumcision is critical for a young boy and being a husband, right, in our own culture. So we don't see that, and then there's also the option of having a separate FGM law. We can believe there's something in our culture called FGM. We are mutilating. Let them bring that as a separate law so that we can now bring it out in the open. This is my field. I am very much aware of the state of science. In fact, we would make our own submission to the legislative committee. Let them bring it as a separate bill. Then we can debate the pros and cons, age, consent, everything. But for right now, gender equality is gender equality. Equal protection is equal protection. We don't want any prejudice. We don't want any bias. We do not believe that men are entitled, that you do not control what men do, that men's bodies are, are sacrosanct. And we somehow, as women, we have to put our bodies under the control of the state and the government. We not agree. They not agree for that self in America. Usade right now. It is impossible.
So, Doc, this position of the Sowe Council, where you just say, waiting on they preach for now equality, how it fits into the context of that of Madam Boy, where just make and clearly say they're not there against societal practices and culture. Waiting then they advocate for now for protect the picking them, the bill now for picking them, not for grown-up women, so women we don't pass 18 years, we get the right for choose whether they want for go into the practice or not. How this on a position of equality fit into the right of the picking them with consent for the salon law for that 18 years for let you be consented for answer whether or not, for example, you want for go join the Bondo society.
Simple. Equality, where they talk about equality, they talk about gender equality. Boy, we not get boy picking there in a salon. Boy picking not to picking. A boy is not a child. A boy they give in consent for genital cutting, for circumcision. What? Answer that, please. Boy picking no get rights to consent.
Shortly, let me just bring boy inside, like you they ask the question. Now the issue of the Sowe Council, Doctor already states, then position is equality for be equality. If they preach say on one for protect the rights of picking them, on another for discriminate the girl picking them from the boy picking them. So waiting una put inside this bill, which one they propose in terms of this equality within the talk about, because we know say the society in a salon man then get their own, woman themselves get their own, they can circumcise boy picking them even within dinner them baby stage. How it cover inside this?
You keep referring to Sowe Council. The same Sowe Council don't put out release. They say nobody know they speak for them because Sowe Council has a council. You don't see that in your press release.
But Dr. Sierra,
no, yes, but they tell me back. You don't see the press release. If I have time, I go scroll on my phone and show you. There is a press release where they pull. Somebody else signed it. That is Orocon, I saw. Somebody else signed it. So yes, so now we not go into that. Yes, somebody else signed it. May I just answer this one as we they talk about gender identity. And he talk about male and female circumcision. But male they not get, you see how they confuse all of this? Whose side they go do male circumcision? Now, rites of passage, where they say now a training ground for make care picking the land, how for be a mother, how for take care of the home, etc., etc. So we are mixing apples and oranges together. Where they talk about how male circumcision and female circumcision is being done. And so if you put everything together, that because the bill not talk about Bondo anyway, well, if you put everything together now, where they talk about Bondo, then it means say there is this component where then they talk about now so. where included in a rite of passage where they make you woman. They make you woman. So if na this normal FGC, female genital cutting, now in they make person woman, and then you left all the other aspects the way we say. Now the thing the way they help for men we bring family cohesion, etc., in with traditional setting. Then we are missing the point, because whether begin at 5, at 3, at 7 years, at 9 years, all below 10, how does it become a rite of passage anyway? So they serve in purpose, and we all know. And when they talk say picking and not the per society, the poor die ma. So it clear. So if we say picking 18, possibly not reach 18, now picking. Then why are we talking about eliminating Bondo? We are not talking about eliminating Bondo. We are talking about child FGM. And I wonder we begin when we look back. Remember a couple of years ago, everybody, including government, they talk about make pikin away pregnant, make them not go to school. They go make all the pikin get belly, all this, that, they stigmatize the pikin boku. Now look who's with it. Tell me whether all the school then full up with picking away get belly. No. Now it's their right to go to school. But that not mean say every child now it don't say as fashionable. No, it is still frowned upon, because everybody wants make them not exploit Peking for make Peking continue for go school till he don't be a victim of teenage pregnancy. And so we they talk about child FGM, and now people feel that banning child FGM is banning FGM, and that's not true. It is not true completely. And so when we talk about the chiefs then they protect ancestral tradition, yes, even before this bill came, we already know say there are some chiefdoms where they don't go before, then they ahead, they don't sign and they monitor so is there, so that they ensure say child FGM is not practiced. And when we come to the laws, it says Sierra Leone is a sovereign state. Yes, Sierra Leone is a sovereign state, and yet we are part of the global community. Why Sierra Leone as a country, we go sign all the UNCRC, as well as the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child? Why would they go sign all of them here without reservation? And we get right as a country for say, okay, by this convention, this instrument, we take X, we take Z, but we not take R or T. But they signed them all without reservation. And interestingly, we just hear Madam Sia, they talk say all we laws. But interestingly, the committee of experts for ASEWAC, African Committee of Experts on the African Charter, they don't say the press release so long time, I think a couple of days after parliamentary hearing. I don't know whether una see her, but that press release is out. When they talk about parental autonomy, we know say the right of the parent over in child, it goes inside the tap. And then the right of the states like they proceed. Otherwise, sexual penetration is not going to be a criminal offense, because most abuses, they take place in the home, and sometimes family members, they are affected. So now we take time how we do this. When they talk about Islamic expression, my husband is Muslim. There are many people, if not there in the Quran, and we don't hear plenty things. We know many Muslims. Now we don't hide then so in gender equality, and when they talk about gender identity, we get multiple identities now, even as women. And so when they talk about gender identity as women, left the Peking for make it be Peking, where it don't become a woman at 18, make himself say, oh, this is my identity as a Sierra Leonean, and I want for the FGC.
We'll come back to you shortly, Boy Janet Jallo. We will continue the conversation shortly. Let me just quickly take this break, and we'll come back to you. And of course, we'll go back to Doc on the line for let we see the position still maintained after the explanation where you don't give. They come back shortly. Let me just take a break.
Hello, Bobby.
Hey, Sadie, what's up?
How are you?
Samo, hook me up quick. Samo, someone going to forget some football pictures then for this week. I don't check all inside there, all day done. But I will help me to one. Where am I going for ginger and swagger for this week?
Ask Leo.
Ask Leo? Who is Leo?
Ask Leo, Sam. I did it. No, can't go to me, you know. Allow me to finish my food.
Leo will help you open an account, check your balance, buy airtime to pop, send money. Leo will help you locate the nearest ATM point. Leo will help ease your stress by helping you get the most fascinating fixtures. Oh yes, for our football lovers. Leo will do this and many more.
Wow!
All you need to do is save Leo to your mobile phone with the number +232 79 919 919 and get to chat with Leo on WhatsApp. Go on, try it now. You can also chat with Leo on Facebook Messenger by typing UBA Chat Banking. Leo is your virtual banker who serves you wherever you are with just one click away. It is UBA. We are your #1 bank for all the right reasons. For more inquiries, call us on +232 78 200 200 or follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at uba.sl. We are Africa's global bank.
Liberty Online TV, the 1 year this November, and you know what that mean.
And throughout the month of November, na celebration period. And as you know, na time we for coming and support Liberty Online TV for continue for doing work.
And the way how we go support Liberty Online TV for continue for the online, now for send we you support.
Now for send we you support through the orange money number where you see on the screen and the other bank details them as way for make we continue for do we work. This na Liberty Online TV 1 year celebration. Na Liberty Online TV, all voices count.
As Liberty Online TV, the 1 year inside this November, we dey celebrate this anniversary with different activity them. And one of them, na hike with Liberty, we get for be Saturday, November 16. Usa we go waka go na the Mambo waterfall. The Liberty Online TV team go then na Mambo Junction, they wait for una 7 o'clock na morning. For join we, na 300 leons no more you go give. And you go get the Liberty Polo and water, and you go get all the enjoyment. We get for being at the waterfall. If you want for join we, you go come now with 33 Battle Street office as the Polo then already now, or call now this number 074 200 545 for place you order. Now Liberty Online TV, all voices count.
Watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.
All right, welcome back. We still continue with the conversation, and today we look at the Child Rights Bill, where they now before member of Parliament them for looking inside some of the things the way they inside the way they protect picking and right. And now the conversation this morning we get two advocates, then we get different opinion them about a particular clause where they inside the Child Rights Bill, where they now in Parliament where they talk about banning of the FGM or FGC. Then two different advocates here get your opinion about this particular clause, and we go over again to Dr. Fombai, where they talk about waiting them believing as they represent the National Survey Council and SAFE, an organization then called Sierra Leone Women Are Free to Choose. Firstly, Madam Boy talk earlier say there is this press release where they out na the public where the National Survey Council they associate themselves from your own view and then say they know nobody know they speak for them, and according to Madam Boy na Kadezunko signed that particular press release day, and you there in the capacity as a spokesperson.
Yeah. So before we go into that, because as we say inside we first press release. This not just about divide and conquer. Me not, I'm not busy about that, because for me, and the Kade Zorokong, all the other ones, and when they play this game, they all know say we get the support of the Sowe Council. That is clear. We get for Comots. We are going to demonstrate. People will see the Zowes themselves. So me not too bother with that. Not just a game where they play for confuse people, them for give the impression to outsiders as well as insiders inside Kono say, there's the Sowe somehow they behind this child rights bill. Unequivocally, the Sowes are against this bill. As I said, I'm not going to go into too much of the internal politics. That is something that is very simple. It's a question of with the comots, okay? And the most important issues anyway is the legal issues. As I said, Madam Jallo not answer the simple question. Male circumcision is not male genital cutting. Male circumcision, I don't want to hear any other, male circumcision is not male genital cutting. Do boys give their consent for male genital cutting? Me no one know if they do in a hospital or they do in a bush, because obviously the argument for that is, well, make we do all the female circumcision inside hospital. So the question is, if it is about consent, do boys consent to have their genitalia cut in Sierra Leone? If they do not consent, then this section 25 inside the child rights bill is in violation of the constitution of this country, as well as human rights conventions, because there's equal protection under the law. If you protect girl picking them, you must, under the law, protect boy picking them. Just in Kono this summer, we have been doing inside Kono, we get a case of a boy we die inside hospital from accidents inside male circumcision. So accidents happen, boys are harmed, boys die. In fact, we work very closely with anti-male circumcision activists, anti-male genital cutting activists. We then self-care make their contribution to the legislative committee, Nayana, Sierra Leone, because they are very much against male circumcision. If you ban one, put the other one there. You won't hear from us. Put male genital cutting inside the bill and you will not hear from us. But if you're not going to put it there, then definitely we oppose and we challenge any law we discriminate against gal picking them and we discriminate against woman them as kumbra them. So, and then the idea again of Islam, female circumcision or not Islam, male circumcision or inside the Quran. Okay, so this is neither here nor there. The fact is, if you are a Muslim and you believe that this is a part of your religious expression, nobody no get for question that. That is your belief, that is your right. Me to focus on equality. If you allow male circumcision, you get to allow female circumcision. You cannot have it one way or the other and then say to protect picking them or it's a child rights bill. You're leaving out one half of children in the country. And then to the issue I just mentioned quickly, because we get to put this in the broader context. There is no concern about female circumcision or the genitalia of children inside Sierra Leone. FGM is a transnational multi-million-dollar industry. It is an industry, right? Millions and millions of dollars is being raised abroad by portraying African women as subjugated and oppressed, as gal picking them, like then they force them and they do something bad to them. There is this, I'm here. This is what I've been working on for, over 30 years. So there's a lot of money, millions and millions and millions of dollars going into this industry where you have political elites making money. You have the brokers who are the Equality Now, the anti-FGM NGOs making money. You have media. Guardian was making millions of dollars of money, nothing to show for it. The UNICEF reports we come out this year show say that female circumcision, with all the millions of dollars or probably billions over the last 50 years we don't get, what is there to show for it? Female circumcision is increasing. It is increasing throughout Africa, throughout the world, actually, because now that they do, as I mentioned before, inside America, they're just calling it female genital cosmetic surgery. They've just medicalized it and westernized it, but it's the same practices. So female circumcision as practiced in Africa is increasing. The UNICEF report showed that, even with criminalization. They don't get criminal laws now in about 26 countries. In those countries, female circumcision is increasing. The age is getting younger. So even within and they propose so for putting inside law, you're going to have the counter effect because it's not going to stop female circumcision. Kumbras bring them, picking them at a much younger age. Now the beginning not going to self 2 months, 3 months, done. There is no way that government or anybody go able to monitor this. The fact of the matter is the reason why this is persisting, and even here in Sierra Leone, is because of the millions of dollars we did behind them. It's not to help girls. It's not to protect girls. This is a complete lie. We are making this very clear to our parliamentarians. We are making it very clear to our paramount chiefs. We have all the evidence. This is about millions of dollars. A national strategy for the eradication of so-called FGM.
Whenever this, Doc, whenever this issue come up, when we talk to you, you always want to make allegations regarding this is a money-making thing. Wetin are the evidence where you go show for let the public believe say this na money making where according to you na money the anti-FGM advocates them they get where make them want for eliminate this. Wetin are the evidence we get for proof this?
Well, here in Sierra Leone, we represent that evidence. First of all, the national strategy for the eradication of FGM, which was presented, I believe, they've been trying to present it to various administrations. But this one, during the Trump administration, where Dr. Kudia Blyden, at that time, was the social welfare and gender minister, then came up with this, I think it was about $11 million fund a national strategy. That one we were all aware of. Kudia Blyden opposed it on the basis that no sensitization is going to take place, nobody is really in support of this, and there needs to be more agreement or engagement and a consensus from the community that this is something that is what the community needs and wants. That's between one of the leading anti-FGM activists within this country, when I was deputy at the time, Nene Ture, where go at all costs is once that national strategy for being implemented because of the money that comes out of it. It was, I think, about $11 million. That was changed. Since that time, you don't get organizations, and this is my work, this is my job. I have colleagues outside who've been tracking this for years. Organizations like Equality Now, we're based in America, in New York City. It has been their entire modus operandi. That's how they work. They make up cases of FGM abuse, FGM kidnapping. We don't extract this in Sierra Leone for so long. As I said, there's a clear evidence to the legislative committee. Making up, fabricating FGM cases. We just don't deal with one at India this February. Just in time for International Zero Tolerance Day to FGM. And I got to answer your question since you asked. During that time day, this past February, you saw a collusion, right? The collusion of anti-FGM activist Nene Ture with an organization AIM. Then inside this week cabinet as well, the information minister, Honorable Cheno Ba, was the head of Purposeful Organization. Purposeful Organization is an anti-FGM organization. Again, we can track all the money that has come into Purposeful Organization.
So you get the cabinet under this information minister, and an anti-FGM activist, with Nene Toure, with journalists, very reputable journalists. Umaru Fofana, again, same thing with him. We don't have time for many years because of false stories and false allegations about FGM kidnapping, staging all of these false stories. In this particular incident, they went into Cambia, and because the case is in our courts right now, we can't go into so many details, but we did inside court for proof say this is a fabricated case, and we get for show this to the world. A fabricated case where them being feel say nothing will come from them. You see the gender minister announce inside a press release, say 5 pikin and die from Bondo initiation of Bondo Bush in January. As I said, just in time for this fundraising event along with UNFPA, we put out a press release. We don't do anything without putting out a press release and documenting that this was because of this UNFPA Zero Tolerance Day global media campaign. Then they do them fundraising. We then go falsely accuse Umandem, villagers them inside Cambia, poor villagers will not get the resources for defend themselves, puts them inside cell and accuse them of say picking and die, 5 picking and die inside Bondo initiation. Where? Did you even see any coverage of that, of the proceedings inside Cambia? Because we know it's all fabricated. Why is it fabricated? That is the question. Obviously, it's because of the funding. If they can make Sierra Leone appear to have these cases of FGM, and so on, that attracts the funding. This is how they get funding. This is something we're not to just me. As I said, we have colleagues outside. You will see our presentation at the Legislative Committee. We're going to make all of this public. This is about the money. There is an industry here. And in Sierra Leone, the fight is for the millions of dollars where we believe it has already been allocated anyway. And we believe that is the reason for the separation of the gender ministry from the social welfare ministry.
We will come back to you. Lord, just bring in. We will come back to you, Dr. Fombai. Lord, just bring in because you don't make sensitive comments them and you say now you evidence and that the way you provide. Lord, bring in Madam Jallo. You don't listen to waiting you colleague advocate don't talk now. Saying that a syndicate and most of them people there way according to a name then saying anti-FGM activist them na money making and a syndicate where they get na salon.
I go laugh because me we sit there as the national chairperson for the coalition and many civil society organizations, we don't receive a specific funding for FGM. I don't. So not because of that idea. And if we go, we do child rights for root, but when we do it as a package for the entire empowerment, survival, and development of children. So we know they receive special funding. And I think it's a great disservice to organizations the way they promote the rights of children in Sierra Leone. For me, Madam Sia, just they talk about this industry and how we are bought. We are doing this for our conscience, for the children of Sierra Leone. Now for them, we do this. Not over my own picking self. I get one girl picking. Not over her defect. I don't need for fate over me girl picking. Because we know. We don't need for fate over. But we do this for the benefit of the children of Sierra Leone. So if they talk about equal protection, there is no way. When they talk about how the harm to male circumcision, where have you heard about harm to male circumcision for picking in our hospital? Why is it not making the headlines? Who is hiding the data? Who is hiding the information? Madam Chair, we have to really be careful, you know, with that kind of statements. That's what we do. And everybody knows how where FGM they cause. Everybody knows. You know, so when we know, so they talk about equal protection, I even they wonder, because the name of your organization is the women are free to choose. So if they're at peace, if women are free to choose, and when they talk about child FGM, let the campaigners wait, let the beginner become 18. That is all. We are not talking about FGM banning. We are talking about protecting children from all forms of harm. And that's ended now. In fact, when all the things already they do, Not for the pikin them, not for themselves, even parents. And now we are living in a progressive, they live in a progressive world, so it's fine for me with the handle or so. I'm glad the way he talks say, he's saying get data for sure say FGM, the practice, they increase. So if the practice they increase, and with the ban child FGM, for God's sake, why should anybody be concerned about banning child FGM? If the practice they increase all over the world, why? Then there is no cause for concern, no cause for worry. Because when they say at 18, people are free to choose. In fact, even if you say now they're not free to choose, every woman now go just join. That's also well and good.
So outside the boy picking and fall inside this bill?
We know they talk about boy picking. When they talk about harm to girls, and how FGM, and we already know that this country, and even Madam Sia mentioned now, how the relationship between child marriage and FGM, so that when Pekin don't go through FGC, now they come, it don't turn big woman, it like you 3 years, it like you 4 years, it don't turn big woman, because they treat her now like big woman. Why it not be included in a child marriage bill? Child marriage act, now it's separate, it get for deal with something separate altogether. Wait, the law will be in there. They say at 18, if the parents agree no more, then they can get the picking out into marriage. So that is what it addressed. But we already know, say, FGC is a pride matter for child marriage. And if we talk about monitoring our laws, we also they talk say all countries who say they don't ban monitoring not effective. It's the same thing for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is also part of it. So they talk say if monitoring are even a problem of the Child Marriage Act, then we need this for reinforcer, because FGC they played matter for child marriage. They really played matter for child marriage. So for me, child marriage in fact hold FGC said for the part of her. And so when we talk about all that here, so it talk about believe in tradition. We all believe in tradition. And when they talk say more who uphold this tradition, as if they say FGC na a rite of passage, where male circumcision not a rite of passage, let us give meaning to FGC to the rite of passage, so that we are even protecting and trying to give more value, to the rite of passage, past how it be now, whether they subjectively picking into. And difference not there from how it be dated and how it did now. What's the difference? The difference is young picking, it not get meaning for them. So if we get advocates there where they protect culture, let them protect that culture in a more comprehensive manner, so that this will culture so it go able for sit down 551. But with the talk say dear child FGC. It doesn't matter the name. So let them pull and we serve as advocates. When they suggest a name, everybody they submit position paper. We say they suggest a name. Right. If you don't have mutilation.
All right, so now just take few message them where people they don't send. We'll come back to now for give una last response as to the end the program now. The first one where they come out from Jal Songo na YouTube. They say the Sierra Leonean tradition has for centuries been misguided. A girl child doesn't have consent rights. Therefore, the consent right is solely rested on the parent. It is unethical to cut a child.
This other one I go read from Facebook for the Mustafa Toure. They say they keep talking about children's rights, but the most important right is the guarantee that the child will grow to become prosperous in life. Unfortunately, only the politicians have a prosperous future. That is the reason why they fight each other for power. These rights that they are talking about is to please their development partners and not for the good of the children.
This one, they say the religious rights mandate a boy child to be circumcised. It is not only a Jewish right, but an embedded religious right to fulfill.
This other message says we always talk about culture, but we are not looking at what economic value it's adding to the individual. It's time to promote issues that will develop our kids from conception to eternity and discourage those that don't add any value to the person.
The final one we go take, it is say, please allow the girl child to turn 18 years to choose whether to perform cutting. There is nowhere in any religion for a girl child to be circumcised. This is not discrimination. It is a misguided tradition.
Jibril Kanu say is male children included for boys to reach 18 years before going for circumcision.
All right, from their messages, then they quickly will go over to Dr. Fombai for giving final remark. They will come to Madam Jallo and wrap up the program.
Once again, the terminology female genital mutilation, cutting, we reject it completely. We promote equality between girls and boys and women and men. Male circumcision, female circumcision. We reject any kind of Western feminist terminology because somebody outside or we're uncircumcised disagree with whom we do. Male circumcision. On the religious front, I challenge anybody to show me in the Quran where they see anything about male circumcision being a requirement. Male circumcision is not mentioned. And so, but for those who interpret it, we believe in an important tradition. Myself, me pikin is circumcised. I accept that. Male circumcision is male genital cutting. Accidents happen. As I give an example of something we myself know and witness, and we don't get so many people that with it toxic and person die na bush from male circumcision, or somebody get infection, died of excessive bleeding. We get a case in Kono Hospital, Kwedu Government Hospital this summer, where a boy picking died from an accident from male circumcision. So the idea that female circumcision is harmful, male circumcision is not harmful, female circumcision requires consent, male circumcision does not require consent is nonsense. It doesn't make sense. It's not logical. If we want to protect Pikindem, protect Pikindem. Include male genital cutting inside the Child Rights Bill, Section 25. We're not going to hear anything from we. But as long as our focus is on female genital cutting, me no say this is part of the FGM industry. Male circumcision for abolish and not get money, no did it. So there's nobody complaining about that. Nobody is looking for data. Nobody is championing that. But we get for bring to the legislative committee, say there are organizations around the world also fighting male circumcision. But Salon, money no did it. Nobody has an interest in male circumcision. But as for us, we believe we speak for the vast majority of Sierra Leonean women. I don't just speak for Suez, and me not just to talk for Sierra Leone women are free to choose. Me also not a native person, never mind, I'm born and grew up in America. I'm a native person. I have a role in my own village in Kono. I believe I talk for the vast majority, not just of women, but of young girls who are proud and they are suffering the harmful psychological effect of seeing FGM here, FGM there, social media, people banging it into their heads that they're somehow mutilated, they're somehow deficient, something wrong with them. No, we want to free them of all of that stigmatization. So if we get a law and protect Pikindem, make we protect Pikindem without discrimination. Put boy Pikindem there. Otherwise, you will have opposition from the vast, at least 80% of the Umandem inside this country. Believe that. And it's also clearly now a political issue because we see this government, which I have nothing against, I voted for, this government don't make this now an issue, a policy, something with an actively they pursue. We don't sit down there now because now the president in second term, maybe he feels there's no political consequence, but we are going to ensure this remains a political issue up until the next election.
because there is no way in the world that we're going to allow women and girls to be discriminated against in our own country, in Sierra Leone.
Very much, Dr. Fombai, where you join with this morning for make your position be heard on the issue we get for do with banning of FGM where they that the child rights bill where they before member of parliament them. We will continue for engage you now on this particular issue until parliament will get for pass this particular bill into law. Thank you, we join with this morning. Quickly, they come back to you, Madam Boy, from the Child Rights Coalition. Will they wrap up now? How are going to ensure they will continue for engage and put together on a various position paper them and send them to the legislative committee in a parliament so that we all will reach to an amicably conclusion before parliament begin debate this bill and pass into law.
The Child Rights Coalition want a bill, and this time round, a bill where they ensure the survival, highest level of protection for picking them, and the development one in an environment where free, safe, and they give them chance for make them self-participate in the life of them, family, then school, then community, and Namama Salon. And so one of the things that we really, as a coalition, want for make them keep, now the fact say, anti-child FGM, nothing we not the help for me picking the school, book learning, business go before, and it get business for do with child marriage, and that because it's a rite of passage, more we wait when the picking the 18. We no say na salon because FGM na tradition. In fact, na another way, in another, in fact, na the reverse. Now, whether them no way them quote unquote, people them perceive say they not go bondo. Now then they stigmatize self because the majority of Sierra Leonean women, as so the data show, and so that stigmatization is not quite correct. Right. We there for protect speaking them, and we they look forward to engaging as many partners, as many organizations and groups them, including Parliament, so that we go pass this bill where they give the highest and progressive, this is not the most progressive bill where they give the highest level of protection to the Peking of Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much, Madam Boy Jenny Jallo. We join with the program this morning. Can state on your position as a child rights coalition for ensure say on all put together on a position paper as Parliament don't call now for all stakeholders, advocates them for put together them position paper and states and concern them. We then get about this bill before then go begin debate and turn into law. Well, now they end this conversation this morning. Very interesting and insightful conversation we don't get with two strong women advocates them. We don't team up before for advocates for less alone picking them get protection and get access to all the rights they're supposed for gas picking them. When Liberty Online TV, they bring hands on various topics them every day through different programs. Them continue for watch Liberty Online TV and don't forget 1 year anniversary project still go on November 16 with a hike to the Mambo Waterfall, and on the 29th of November we'll get to fundraising dinner and dance at the View Hotel and Restaurant. If you're interested, anyone for join me, of course you need to be interested because we've been through this journey for 1 year now, so it's time for us to celebrate. Reach out to anyone of Winner Liberty TV through we handles them on social media and request for you tickets, or if you get anything we want to support Liberty for law continue for sustain this platform, send we your contribution to the orange money number we see at the screen. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a blessed day.
All right, well, now Princess Pias produced the program and we will get technical support from Musa Saukoroma, Emmanuel Mali Campbell. Until we meet again, Mabel Kabade, so get a good day and goodbye.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange. As Liberty Online TV dey 1 year inside this November, we dey celebrate this anniversary with different activity dem. And one of them na hike with Liberty wey get for be Saturday November 16. Usa we go waka go na the Mambo waterfall. The Liberty Online TV team go dey na Mambo Junction dey wait for una 7 o'clock na morning. For join we, na 300 leons no more you go give, and you go get the Liberty polo and water, and you go get all the enjoyment wey get for being at the waterfall. If you want for join we, you go come now with 33 Battle Street office as the polo dem don ready now, or call na this number 074 200 545 for place you order. Now Liberty Online TV, all voices count.
Liberty Online TV dey 1 year this November, and you know wetin that mean.
And throughout the month of November, na celebration period. And as you know, na time wey you for coming and support Liberty Online TV for continue for doing work.
And the way how we go support Liberty Online TV for continue for the online, na for send we you support.
Now for send we you support through the orange money number where you see on the screen and the other bank details them as way for make we continue for do we work. This na Liberty Online TV 1 year celebration. Na Liberty Online TV, all voices count.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.